Come on, machine, hurry up.
Hell yeah.
You cost far too much to be going this slow. Let's go.
That's where you're
Oh,
wrong.
technology.
Right? There we go.
It's the worst.
It's the worst.
That's the first sentence they hear. It's the worst.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Got something in my eye. Crap. Yeah.
And now it's just quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
And
why aren't we
silence
popping?
fell
Oh, there we
across
go.
the lands of Egypt.
Right? Well, I mean, the morning, the evening star, and blah blah, and judgment, and firstborn, and there was a lot to go about.
Yeah.
People dropping like flies. The dead be covered in flies.
Mm-hmm.
Um. So, who wants to cover what happened last time? We want to do the previously on first. You know we do. Do it.
Of course
do
we do.
it. Do it.
Wait, I don't think he's on yet. Our one fan.
Oh, he is. I see him in the chat already.
Yay!
He was waiting for us. Hi.
On Shadow Sky.
The legendary cut out halfway through it.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, you need to lean into the microphone.
Uh-huh.
The microphone is attached to my head.
There it is.
So just kind of put it in your mouth. It'll be fine.
Previously on.
There you go.
Previously
There.
on Shadow Sky.
It's kind of creepy, man.
Yes.
Like, you and your skeevy little mind. There's sort of a demented Steve Buscemi going on over there. Like,
Anyway.
Don't
so
all look at me.
previously on, somebody's
Did
got to do the
did-
thing.
Ooh.
Did you not?
I watched it, yeah. I watched it, but I didn't take notes while I was watching it because I was rage cleaning my kitchen.
You want Mackenzie
Fair.
to take notes on your notes? That sounds like an awful
Uh-huh.
lot like, teacher, did I fuck this up? That's an unfair amount of responsibility to put. Like,
Okay, I'm trying.
I suppose I could try and recite some of this from memory. Let's see.
Okay, so it looks like y'all went to check out Yokai's apartments.
Okay, we did.
Yeah.
Thank
But
you.
first,
You're welcome.
But
Again, I'm
first-
carrying
but
the
first,
notes
the
and the
big-
recaps.
I did a murder.
Fair.
Yes. The people that for
Grab
set
bike.
out of the building
Oh.
to win the grab bike actually got it to work and started driving off with it, didn't get very far, and slammed it into the side of a building 30 feet up in the air. So in his rage-filled quest to get
no.
his bike back.
Zealous enforcement of the law.
There we go. That's
Uh,
better. Yeah, I was like, I don't have
and,
a good.
and a conspicuous misinterpretation. I failed to understand. I failed to
Mhm.
properly take note of
That
when Jay
gravity
said
existed?
which. No,
Yes.
no, I was aware of that part. That part was fine with me. I did not take proper note of how the erstwhile criminal had oriented themselves relative to said ground.
Mhm,
So when I
mhm.
fired a trank dart and I hit them,
in
they
their
fell
filthy unmentionables.
in the dick. Yes, I did shoot him in the dick with a trank dart. He immediately fell to the ground head first and splattered his brains upon the concrete, ending his miserable life immediately.
Hey,
Thankfully-
Steve, no hands.
Thankfully,
Uh-huh.
he was drunk and didn't feel it.
I would like to express that you don't have confirmation of that fact.
Yeah.
Like,
That seems a little iffy.
What
I think
would
that's what
assume-
Kai. I think that's the type of thinking that Kai uses to feel better about the fact that he killed someone.
Kai is rattling off in their brain the criminal charges that person was guilty of and would have gone to prison for, or prison as it is defined on Refuge. Shush you. Grand Theft Auto, reckless endangerment, interfering in a criminal investigation of by the council, blah blah blah. You know, a number of
Yeah.
Okay,
So then
I'm
after
g-
that,
yeah, no, someone posted something in
Oh.
the Discord that has me mildly alarmed.
Uh-huh.
mm.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you
Okay.
missed it.
Yeah.
I missed the part where you have close personal. No, anyway, we'll get to that anecdote during the break.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So, okay, moving
So
on.
after a guy murdered someone in cold
yeah,
blood,
yeah. After
oh.
Oh, it was hot blood. It
Yeah.
was real
Okay,
hot.
okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody went
We-
to the apartment building to
Mhm,
investigate, and a series of hijinks ensued.
Yep.
I want to say Tanamichi set off
yeah.
the alarm box.
Yeah, he there was a mirror that wasn't really a mirror.
Mm-hmm.
That was like sealed shut, and Tanamichi was like, that's not right. So
Yeah,
instead
and-
of being like, let's like figure out how to open this carefully, he just like took his like blade and sliced it open like
Yeah,
a box
and
knife.
and then there was like a bottle of refuge, equivalent of Mexican jumping beans, but in pill form. And then
Bugs, right?
bugs.
Yep,
Yes.
little
Yeah.
pill bottle of bugs
Pill
Yep.
bugs.
that we found.
pill
Yeah.
bugs. Literal
bugs.
pill bugs. You bet.
Yeah. And I didn't write down what they were for,
Oh, they
Well,
are
you gave
what
them to
helps.
but
Oh, go ahead.
They are what the yokai eat, basically. It's what kind of help preserve them and being able to, I guess, kind of preserve their bodies.
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
just out of
okay.
The
curiosity,
condition
did,
that they were currently in, yeah.
just
Right.
out of curiosity, did you ever give it to Molly? Because I know
Oh.
you said
Mhm.
give them to Molly, but I don't know if you did or didn't.
I don't think we got that far
Okay.
because I wasn't sure where Molly was gonna be at in all of these interactions, so I didn't want
Me
to assume
neither.
you'd be in one spot and not be there. So I think like
Sure.
once we all reconvened, Tanamichi would have given her those, but I think we weren't sure where you were at in that.
Yeah.
like,
No, that's valid.
interaction
I just didn't
because you were
know
gone. So
if you
yeah,
had or hadn't.
So
not quite yet, but you know about them because we
Yeah.
talked over our little head things with it.
and
about
that
it.
was all taking place in Creeve's room.
yes.
We then
yes.
went next door to
Tyrion's room.
Tyrion.
Tyrion's room, yes.
Mhm.
Oh, we found some more
and-
stuff in the
Oh,
Cree's
well,
room too.
Well, yeah, because before we went to Tyrion's room, we had a stopover at. So Tyrion's room was the one that he was still affected by the Tom because Rena walked in and immediately got hit with bad vibes.
Right.
Uh,
So Tyron, it appears because you saw like the empty casing where the body snatch had presumably occurred, or at least where the yokai was living. So while the Tom is very much dead, it had sort of concentrated its energies here, and they're still loose in the apartment. Go ahead.
So yeah, so she got hit with that. Kai once they completed their escape from the murder scene, they then met Rena via the vents leading into that room, and Tanamichi and the other crew eventually came around and met them in Tyron's room, because while I think they were investigating, we were interrogating somebody.
We
towards
ended
the
up going
end.
to
Fazil's room. So we've now covered 3 rooms. We haven't hit the last guy yet. We're going to skip Helgatha because we have confirmation she's human. And besides, she's scary. However, before we left,
Yeah.
Creeve's room, we had a fuck ton of grab axes at our disposal.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yep.
put them on my robot.
And that's gonna come up in a second. But so as Hoshi and Kai were standing guard outside Fazl's room while y'all went inside and interrogated him, and the room was filled with fog because I threw a smoke bomb.
Yes.
We went really
Ah.
hard to surprise this man who's meditating.
Yeah,
Yep.
Mhm.
I had to kind of work at it in order to get answers from him because he was just kind of like zenning out.
Mhm.
No, he offered them as soon as he woke up on a schedule.
Yes, he did offer them.
Well, yeah, it was just
Yeah.
getting him to begin the dialogue that was the problem.
Mhm.
But once he did, he was a veritable font of information.
Yeah, it started
Yes.
with, "Why are you in my room?" Oh,
Yeah.
sorry, that wasn't kind. Do you need something? This is who I am. Why are you
Why are you in my room?
Yeah.
Right, like, my apologies,
Wait a
that was
second.
impolite. Like, now that we've established that I'm capable of being polite and I'm actively putting effort into that, who the fuck are you and why are you in my
Mhm,
space?
mhm.
Like-
Yep.
like-
That stayed with me for a week.
oh, good. I'm sorry. Oh, that might have been perceived as rude. My apologies.
So I'm trying to think of if there's anything else that happened before the cliffhanger ending during the interrogation and such.
Oh,
Oh, hey, look, just in
I know.
time.
I
We had-
believe.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, you
You
saved
made
me
it.
from having to engage in further shenanigans. We haven't even finished previously on Shadow Scar yet.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had a very interesting moment where I was at a house of a shared family, and the stuff that does not have to do with me was happening with the other kiddo. So then I had to call my boss and be like, first off, I had to call my coworker and be like, "Hey, call your family. Okay, thanks. Bye." Do I have to do an incident report? It's not my child, which actually matters in this moment. But I was followed to the apartment by the police, so
Fun.
not my apartment, their
Okay.
apartment. Like, we pulled in and got out at the same time, and I said, "Are you going to the same place I am? I don't know. Are we?" Kid gets out. "Ah, we are. Okay. Hi."
Oh,
So,
well, welcome.
but
Right.
not my child. I went inside and did my appointment with my child. Yeesh.
Fun.
But I'm
Good
here.
times.
So
and my
so
work phone's off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
So we're.
Good. We were just about to finish previously on Shadow Scar, and that
Mhm.
was actually going to be important because if you had not been here for that, your character would have had to be unconscious for hijinks related reasons.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was so
The idea is brilliant. Don't make my character unconscious. Meh.
so yeah.
Look, no promises.
Okay,
Can
no,
I specify? Because y'all were making a big deal about the axes the last session, if you do or did not take them.
Mhm.
I want to share that Molly was going to take one, then realized they were his like growing up sentimental axes and put it back.
Aww.
So
That's sweet.
she does not have one. In case
Okay.
that becomes important later, she
mhm.
does not have an axe.
you
There will
could
be
give
a
it to
critically
me.
important moment where who does and does not have an axe will matter.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
This is actually going to be a thing.
I took
So-
3 of them.
Good. Oh, Very good.
You're not allowed to use them.
if things go well enough, I won't have to.
Okay. I need them.
Okay, so at the end of the session, Hoshi and I got ambushed, and a bunch of like Halo style Needler crystal things came flying down the
Mhm,
hallway.
mhm.
Hoshi managed to dodge in time. I did not, and Kai was subsequently pinned to the wall, taking 8 points of damage. I do need to get clarification though on what all parts of me were pinned to the wall.
Oh, it'll be my pleasure to walk you through how exactly you are impaled to the wall. You've got one right here. One right here.
Sentences already.
one right here.
Oh.
Hold
No,
on.
you're coming.
Oh,
you're
you
glitching
disappeared.
it
Right,
out.
right
Okay.
there.
Yep. Okay.
And then one right above your left knee.
Ow. That's a femoral artery. That's not going to
Lovely.
bleed me to death
Yep.
anyway. So yeah.
The good news
okay.
is that the crystal has pinned you with enough force that there is no leakage.
That's great. I'm thrilled.
If you're gonna
I'm
be
happy.
pinned to the wall unconsensually, at least make it interesting.
Right.
Yeah, that's the same meme I posted last time. So yeah, that's actually good news for me because it means I have a free arm. Now see, I was offering Heather that if she was not able to make it here in time, what would have happened was Kai would have dropped their dart gun and shot Hoshi in the neck, rendering her unconscious until Heather was able to show up for the session.
I said, brilliant plan. Don't make me unconscious.
Mhm, mhm.
Got here. Don't do it.
Fortunately, she arrived just in time for the recap to end, so we can just go right into it. So
Not into the end of the dart, though. I'm not going into the end of the dart. The dart.
that's correct.
That you know of.
That's just not going to be a thing. So now that I'm pinned to the wall, facing directly towards whatever shot me in the face,
You bet.
what shot me in the face?
Yeah, what is this thing?
Something by Fazzle.
What now?
Wasn't it something from Fazzle?
No.
No,
You're
you just told him to duck.
It's in
We
the
were outside.
hallway.
right. He's in his room.
Yeah.
Like,
Mhm.
and for some reason, some of you decided to guard the door because perhaps you thought Fazzle would come to life and attack you.
Well, if I thought that, I'd be inside.
Right. I don't
Guarding
know.
the door is because we don't know.
Right.
We were guarding the door on the outside of the room
Mhm.
in case anything tried to interrupt us or ambush us.
Yep.
Like Helga.
Like did happen.
And
I
I
don't
am
know what you
I am
mean.
gonna say that the reason why Hoshi succeeded is because I specified that she was like in the doorway. She was in the door, like so like standing with it like against her back. So I like to imagine that as the needles came to you, she just went whoop.
It's like, nope, not today.
Let me get you a picture of this thing.
Ooh.
Is it pretty in purple?
Ooh ah. Ooh ah. I haven't even shared it yet.
Chitty chitty bang bang.
There we go. Ooh ah. Ooh.
You didn't answer. Is it pretty in
nope,
purple?
that is
It is pretty in purple.
Aww.
Aw.
What are you guys seeing?
I don't know that I would say aw in like a cutesy way, but I'll definitely say aw in like a woo way.
To be fair, I like
Okay.
its vibe.
Yeah.
That's a lot of
Repla-
spikes in a mouth.
Replace the those are crystal teeth. Remove the
Oh,
crystal in the
that
middle
was its eye.
and replace that with a shifty looking eyeball. You bet.
Oh,
it is
that's
its eye.
that's
Okay.
an eyeball.
So,
right, with
that's
its own little,
cute.
with its own little
I'd like
eyelashes,
to
also
point out
made out
that
of purple
you
teeth.
also have a giant
Come on. Come on. I'm trying to get it on.
teeth in
I
your
what?
mouth as well.
There we
Here,
go.
I'm gonna make it my background. Hold on one sec.
Hey, that's
that way
pretty
everyone
smart.
can see.
Oh, hey.
That thing
sorry,
looks like it's going
Just
to be
have
some
it
great
coming
material.
out from
You said it
back
was so many
behind
teeth
you.
that I'm simply pointing out that you also have like a considerable number of teeth in your mouth as well.
Yeah, right. The eyeball
not-
in the
not that
center
many,
has
and they're not that
eyelashes
sharp.
Hold
that
on.
are also made
That
out of
thing.
teeth. It's too many teeth.
Mhm.
Has eyelashes made of teeth? Is that
Yeah.
what you just said?
Yeah, the crystal in the middle of it's so that's a mouth, right? The crystal in the middle, replace that with a small eye that sort of floats in the air. I say small. It's the
This
size
is
of my
Mike
head.
Wazowski's,
I mean, you
buff
did say this
older
thing was
brother.
9 feet.
Right. So its small eye in the middle is the size of my head. And they have eyelashes on the top and bottom, just like an eye does. And those are little creepy little teeth too.
I'm picturing besides the picture, you reminded me of episode with Matt Smith, Prisoner
Mhm.
Zero, and
Prisoner
the
Zero.
giant thing.
Oh
Zero
yeah.
has escaped.
Mhm,
Yeah,
mhm,
yeah.
mhm.
And it moves down the hallway and it sort of glitches in and out of place like a frame skip in a video game. Like it's lagging in existence.
Excuse me, what?
I love that. Listen, of all the creepy descriptors, fucking loved that one. Like
You're
genuinely,
welcome.
genuinely. Mwah.
Cool.
And
Cool.
Hoshi, use the doorway as cover and reach around it and shoot its ass. Now, I understand it's not a bug in DRG, so it's probably not going to turn its butt towards me. So can I shoot it in the eyeball?
Right,
instead?
right. I was gonna say, can you use the door as cover? Yes. Can you lean your arm out and shoot it? Yes. Can you shoot it in the ass? Not unless you want to try and bank that shot. Like,
No, I already had one cool thing today. But I would like to try and just
sure, yeah, go
get
for it.
into eyeballs.
I need to know
Because it's
what
currently
you're shooting it
one,
with.
but when I'm done, there will be plural. What?
You bet. What are you shooting it with?
The crossbow.
Okay, what any weirdness coming out of that crossbow bolt? Are we just talking a standard run-of-the-mill metal or polyplastic crossbow bolt?
I
Oh,
have an
Eclipse.
eclipse. Eclipse, do you have anything to add to my crossbow bolt?
Eclipse.
It's a
You're
spur bolt.
actually letting me see you. This is
Right,
amazing.
Eclipse. Are you trying to say that you would like to be fired from the crossbow?
No, I think he wants to fire.
Not unless we're making
Why
Hot
is he-
Shots Part 3.
Uh-huh.
He just shook his head and sprayed water on me. Why are we doing that?
Sophie did that earlier to me, and it went in my mouth and my eyes.
Oh.
She
Wait,
just went
how?
blah, blah, blah.
Oh, I was like, how are they spraying water? They go a little squirt, squirt.
Yeah.
Like-
She was like drooling because she drools when she purs and
Aw.
gets really happy.
Aw.
And then she got up
happy
and shook
spit.
her head, and it went all over my face.
So
hate that
special.
for
You
you.
could never bathe again. Like
No.
I just filled their water bowl, so Eclipse literally was just getting a drink of water.
Literally, yeah.
That is funny though. I don't have anything special for this, and I'm also not defending an assassination, and it knows I'm there, so I'm not assassinating.
correct.
One, two.
Um,
So it would just be mind and marksmanship, right?
you bet. Roll the hit. Guy, I have good news for you. As long as nobody pulls the crystals out, your death timer can't start.
Hmm.
Because
That is
there
5
are.
successes.
Hell yeah.
I know what you rolled, but you actually rolled 4 successes. Still,
Mm.
I still roll the damage on that. How many? Not roll the damage. How many hearts does your? How many hit points does your? Sorry, wrong system. How many?
4 damage.
4 damage. You bet.
Yeah.
You'll find that the crossbow bolt whistles through the air, hits that thing, takes the tiniest little chunk off of it, and prattles onto the floor. I always forget, but technically the system gives you 2 things to do on your turn. What do you even do with the second one? That does not look like it did very much. On the
Nah.
upside, it probably can't hit you for shit right now either. On the downside, it's coming down the hallway. You're the last room on the left. You got nowhere to go.
Oh, she's like, fuck, that didn't work very well. What the fuck do I do
that's
now?
probably the face she's making too. It's just uh-oh.
I'd
like
like to
shooting
do
it-
with.
Go ahead.
Okay, so can I still do things?
Oh,
if
yeah.
I'm pinned? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Can I use a key point
Ooh, fancy.
to God's right eye and open my eyes to the flow of magic, allowing me to see through illusions and see the influence of magic or possession on a character within 50 feet. And I see the possessing creatures as a spectral silhouette. So I would like to see if somebody is enhancing or possessing this thingy.
You definitely know the answer to those questions is no. It's just a big aggressive yokai.
Okay, great. She's gonna duck back into the room and hide.
Oh, and leave me to
Nope.
die.
Nope, you're right here. She's
She's
right
walking
here.
away from you.
I'm
She
still.
didn't.
I'm not.
Right. She
no,
didn't
I'm not
leave
walking.
you.
I'm rotating. I am rotating around the doorway. I want
Right.
to be very clear. Here is the beam of the doorway. Here is her back. She
Right,
went
right.
like this and shot, and is now like this and hiding. Like
Right,
I'm
right.
right here.
Hey,
Right. So when you die, they'll be right next to you. I mean, Kai, what do you want to do?
I only have 2 actions. There's nothing else I can do for you right now.
Okay, so.
Other than
I'm
just
going
like
to-
gasp out the word big.
Yeah, I'm going to yell, I'm gonna do a thing. Someone get me off the wall, please.
Before or after, you can pull yourself off if you want. You'll have to make a might roll to pull yourself, a body roll to pull yourself off.
If Kai says I want to get off the wall, Molly will help Kai.
You bet. In which case you should both make strength rolls at advantage. It doesn't matter who rolls higher as long as one of you gets at least 3 successes.
I literally can't.
Oh, I
Oh
see.
no.
That's not true. Dice explode. Like,
No, they don't.
No.
oh, that's a different system. Right.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yep.
Even
Not
if
this
I
one.
even if I rolled a 6, I only have 1 die to use towards that.
Oh, I also
Total.
only have 1 strength.
So yeah, so that's not going to happen.
Yeah, Molly,
So
she's there for emotional support, I
Uh,
guess. She's trying.
okay,
Hey,
good. No,
I have
this
two.
is fine. This is fine. You're here for emotional support. You can actually provide me logistical support.
Okay, what do you need?
I'm gonna do a Mikio double dip on my turn.
Do you
I'm
want to take your
still-
turn right now? I'm game.
Yes,
Awesome.
I am pinned to a wall. I
You sure are.
physically
Giggity.
can't not do this. I can use the spatial portal Mikio, create a black portal, and then I can use the new Mikio that I got
Ooh.
at the end of last session.
New hotness is way better than old and busted. Sure, yeah, what's up?
That is the magnetized Mikio. I can
Don't
cause
click
any
that
object I touch can become magnetic for an hour. I can also cause the object to become so magnetic that separating it from metal surfaces requires a difficulty 4 strength check.
I really hope you're going where I think you're going with this.
All Molly has to do is pick up the grab axe that I dropped and just throw it in its general direction.
Mhm, mhm, mhm. Yep.
Could you, in theory, juice this thing to be magnetically powerful enough to yank, say, other people's grab axes, like the 3 that Ford took?
Hey,
We could,
hey,
you could go from calling it magnetized to calling it, I don't know, the Pincushion Express.
Like,
Oh.
you can have one.
I didn't think this would
That's not how
become-
magnetism works.
I didn't think that this would
Mhm.
become a plot point today, but I'm glad that
Well,
it's not going to be forgotten until
Here
the
we
year.
are. Like,
But
that was
so
then and this
there's
is now.
there's tons of metal. It would attract more than just the
Agreed.
3 grab axes.
But it would attract the floor and wall that it's on, unless the floor isn't metal. And then the grav axes, I'm assuming it's just like the size of them and the amount of metal that's pulling it. It's not just any little magnet.
So what's interesting here is that the Mikio states plainly that you can magnetize things that are presumably not inherently magnetic, because it said you can make any object magnetic. What's weird there is magnetism is a two-way street. It doesn't matter if I'm magnetic. If only
Yeah.
things that are magnetizable would be pulled towards me. Only things affected by magnetism, which, believe it or not, is only like 4 basic ingredients of our world. Not all metal is magnetic.
Titanium, I think, isn't, right?
Right. Titanium
Mhm.
isn't.
That's why
Also,
they
it's-
use those for when you actually have to replace bones and screws.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Titanium is also damn near weightless, which is kind of a cool trick.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't take hit resistance very well. Anyway, so the science nerd of me. Moving on. But if we're suggesting that you can magically make something, any object at all, means you can magnetize shit that ain't even metal.
Well,
Like,
but
You could magnetize a cardboard box, which
yeah, so
suggests
he's
to me,
magnetizing the creature.
right?
Uh-huh.
So my question is, because I'm assuming that it's because the axes are big enough and enough metal to be pulled to the new magnet.
Right. Does the magic bullshittery of the magnetism can you magnetism
Is there
a two-way
anything
street.
else metal that would then be getting pulled to this creature?
Yes. That's where I'm going with this is I need to know how the precedent's going to work going forward, and since you're the only one with Mikio, it's your decision.
Aren't we on a space station made of metal?
Yes.
That's
Does-
true. And Molly's also wearing a bunch of buckles and stuff like that. so
Does the
she would get
magnetism
If Rena
bullshit
loses her
ex-
pants over this, she's gonna be flipping mad.
bullshit extend into the other object? Could you say magnetize a cardboard box and then use that, because you can't magnetize cardboard, but we're using magic, could you then pull whatever the fuck you wanted to towards it under the veil of magnetism? Other cardboard boxes, say.
Becky, I need you to know you're using the word pants loosely based off of that art.
Yes.
Well, my
That's very
question
true.
is less. My
You might
question
go
is
with the
less
cover.
are other objects that are not magnetic now being pulled in, because
No, I
my understanding of the
my-
Mikio is it's not doing that, but there are other, like the buckles, like different weapons.
Right. That's where I was.
Are there
that's-
other things besides the grav axes that if you do this are just gonna get pulled towards it
Right.
and
That's
impact?
where I'm going with this is, does it
us?
affect everything? Is it essentially force pull just under the guise of magnetism? Or does it apply only to metals that are magnetic? In which case, if say Rena's buckles were made out of titanium, they wouldn't come undone. Or, but for the purposes of simplicity and grandiose bullshit, is it all metal?
let's bound this in just a little bit.
Says the guy who wants to like.
Okay,
Mhm.
so magnetism can attract a thing. Yeah, now the property that I really want to work with here is that the strength of it being like held in place is the part that I really want to get to. The
So it's less that it's
The
pulling stuff and more
yeah,
that
this is not like, I don't want to go like Magneto caliber where he can rip the stuff from Wolverine's bones.
this is, are you saying like you want if the axe is thrown in the or if like we walked past with the metal, or if we threw the metal, then it would be attractive?
It would be yeah, if we walk,
Okay.
if we got
Mhm.
if we got within
Okay.
like a couple of feet, the
So
stuff
it's not
would be,
just pulling the things from where we're at. It's
yeah, but it would
know-
it would increase the velocity at which the
Mhm.
thing was attracted towards it if it was
I
thrown
see.
in its direction.
Okay.
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 But it
So
is
the-
not going to pull things from like 50 feet away.
So a magnet field. Magnetic field.
Yes.
Basically.
Okay.
Right. Sure.
Very strong
Pointed
magnetic
directly
field.
at this creature.
Yeah, a very strong magnetic
Mhm.
field is surrounding this creature, basically it's, like attached to this creature, but it has a short area of effect, but very
Okay.
potent,
Okay.
very area
Right,
of
right.
effect.
But we are not
So-
going to accidentally get pulled through or have our pants
I'm not
going
going
to
to get the
Or,
crossbow ripped off my back from 30 feet away.
well,
Right,
your
right.
back is also oppositely pinned
Against
against
the
the wall
wall,
right now,
yeah.
so it might free you actually.
But then that's also a problem because
that would
then-
hurt.
A whole nother issue. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I need to know, since we've established that it will not pull, it'll pull the Gravax that Molly lightly tosses and or throws in its direction, because that's enough kinetic force to get it within the radius to cause the yank to happen on the other end.
Right.
This would be like if the axe was flying at normal speed and then it picked up speed as it
Uh-huh.
goes. If 4 was willing to say throw an axe, that would work too, yes?
Yeah.
I only suggest that because it's your turn, and it was Hoshi's turn. Now it's your turn, which means we haven't got to Forrest's turn yet. Which means he has to decide whether or not he's willing to contribute an axe to save a party member or not. What kind of teammate are you, Kai? What are you doing?
Again, I just want to specify that I'm curious as to why we're operating under the assumption, both you and 4, that throwing this grav axe will cause it to suddenly just cease to exist on contact with the yokai.
Oh, I'm not suggesting that it will cause it to cease to exist. I'm suggesting that 4 might be unwilling to part with it, even for a moment, even to save your skin. 4 does not strike me as a particularly what's I'm looking for here?
Giving.
There you go.
Altruistic.
I am
There you go.
always willing to help.
Okay.
That's not what I said.
I chose that word carefully.
Willingness does not always equate to actually helping.
Right.
Mhm.
Everybody
yeah.
wants to be a superhero. Nobody wants to do the dishes.
I
Right.
just don't want to give
Yeah.
up something that's mine.
Not yours. You took it from a dead council member. You
It is now his.
That is the definition of mine.
okay? Sounds good.
Follow my
Mhm.
sterling example, 4.
Good to
Give
know.
up my
Good to
precious
know what
belongings.
realm of morality and ethics your character is working under that I can then exploit later. Thank you.
If you can get me some cool technology, you might get
Oh, I'm
away
not
with
giving you
something.
shit. I'm talking about what I might.
Good luck. There's only one thing I care about. And I think that is
Guys only
grossly
care about one
apparent.
Three
thing, and it's
axes.
disgusting.
We've established this.
Yep. Yep.
Also, Eclipse is sticking his back foot up.
I was wondering
Okay.
which one that was.
I'm just gonna move forward with what
Sure,
we just did.
go for
so
it.
Mhm.
yeah, so
I don't know why you
if
think
if
that.
Molly
For
wants
a
to use
one?
her turn to throw the axe, that would be helpful. If she just wants to provide emotional support, I understand, but you're gonna die.
So let me get this straight. You create a portal with, say, your left hand,
Mhm.
and then reach through it with
Right.
said left hand and touch the thing.
Yes.
You bet.
Poke it, and just now it's intensely magnetic.
You bet.
Yeah, boop, 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 boop.
Right. I love how you're performing a danger boop. Good times.
Mhm.
Danger
Uh,
boop. Yes,
Molly is
danger boop.
Molly is absolutely gonna go along with Kai's plan.
You bet.
So she steps out, takes the axe, and throws it as hard as she can, which honestly probably isn't that hard, but she tries.
It's a grab
and
axe.
that's what
Yeah,
matters.
Helgatha can hurl that
Right,
thing.
yeah.
and
I have
she's
a
like
great
half your
plan.
size.
What are you doing with your second action? You moved like a foot and then threw the axe. You still have.
I feel
an
like
action left.
her first action was trying to yank the spikes out of the wall, realizing
Oh, I
it
see.
didn't work, and was like,
Nope.
"Ugh," and then realized, oh, wait a minute, we can do this instead. So that
Yeah.
was her action.
Okay, you bet. So you throw the axe and you watch it. I mean, you're not a great throw, right? Like, but a grav axe, the grav part of a grav axe doesn't help it be thrown. That's all about the downswing, right?
Mhm.
So if the
Well,
good news is that
could it be? Could it?
Hmm.
Here's a question. Depending on the placement of the portal, does it have to be thrown, or can it be swung through the portal?
yeah, right. Molly could just sort of and
Yeah, let's do that.
throw it, but like 6 inches to your left through the portal, right?
Mhm.
She'd probably have more success with that. Let's be
Like-
Because
honest.
if I danger booped him from above, then
Oh yeah, then she could just
Oh,
go like that
perfect.
and swing it right down onto his head. You bet. At the
Danger
bottom of
boot
the
from
swing,
above.
danger boot from above.
Danger boot
Yes.
from above is
That's the name of this
final.
episode.
You bet.
Yep. Yep.
Oh,
Um, you swing
Oh.
down with the axe, and at the end, it rips free because of the grav field, and gets stuck in that thing and cracks half. Like there's a satisfying crunching, ripping noise as the crystalline creature rends like that, like a butterfly shrimp, about to hear.
So
Oh,
she just goes,
so-
and
"Oh,
it's
sure,
not
that
dead
worked."
yet.
If it makes you feel better, it did limp once and slow down a little bit. Rena, what do you want to do?
Wait,
What?
I didn't get to go.
You
still
did
have-
not get to go. I got people left.
sorry. I was
Well-
distracted from you saying danger from above because that was actually one of the mottos from one of Gabriel's base things
Uh-huh.
with his with the planes. So
Let's go.
Before I-
Let's go with
I was
danger boop
confused.
from on high then.
Right. A religious danger boop? Like I
It might
will
be a religious
I will boop you
experience
from
for
such
us,
a height.
but I don't know about for it.
Okay,
Thor, I don't want you to feel left out. Would you roll a d4 and cut it in half?
Uh-oh.
That's called flipping a coin.
Sure.
Where did
If
my
you
mouse go?
if you have a d2 laying around, you know,
Again, that's called a
roll
coin.
up or roll down.
roll up.
2.
My mouse
All right.
died.
Your mouse died. Uh-oh.
And I can't look at my
Oh no.
character.
I mean, now what are you gonna feed to your snack now? Everybody knows that snacks want
Is
live
Gabriel
mice.
home?
And, no, he's
Oh,
back
well,
at
good
work.
luck.
But I know where the things. Rena, upon hearing all of this, so has that happened successfully?
The axe down through the face down into the chest. You bet.
Uh-huh. Okay. And Kai is still pinned.
You bet. I suppose I should clarify why I had you roll the timer. When the axe tore down through its head like that, that means it went through that open section, the mouth with the eye and all the teeth. When it ripped through that and created a split that went all the way through it, the creature started to glow and turn this yellow-red spinning cyclone color. There's energies in there that are clearly broken into each other, and the whole hallway starts to heat up. That looks like a problem. That feels like a problem. It smells like a problem. It's a capital P problem. Rena, what do you want to do?
It's gonna boom.
I
It's
didn't
gonna
say
explode
that.
into a spike bomb.
I didn't say that.
Thank
Help
you,
me.
Eclipse, for your hind paw.
Help me
getting
right
on
now.
that.
Someone help me right now.
Rena is gonna
Ah.
saunter it up
Going to
to
sashay
Kai.
over to
Yes,
Kai.
yes.
Uh-huh.
and just kind of look and be like, mm, this.
That's mean as hell. Sashay overlook him, and then just walk away. Like sucks to be you.
No, like, would me helping you actually make you trust me right now?
That's your angle,
I
Yeah.
think it's more if you don't help, he won't trust you.
right?
Rena, if you don't help me, we both die.
Just
What?
as you.
Right. It sounds like a you problem.
No.
Like
Danger! Boom! There, 5 feet away from your head. Bomb. Monster.
That's
Exploding
fine.
spikes.
I'll probably. It's okay. I might get zapped out of here before that happens. It's fine.
Oh, fuck your head!
I will try to pull the spikes out now.
fuck you
I'm a
then.
freaking cheat.
Fuck the spikes! Pull the me out!
Fuck that same thing. Like,
What? Pull the what out?
The spikes pull
Not
the
physical
me
body
out.
that's attached to the wall. I have
the
a
actual
potion. I can
name of
just
the
drink it.
episode.
So you're asking Rena to cause you bodily harm.
I mean, spin
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Like,
I mean, when you put it that way,
Yeah.
She does it. I just need to figure out how many.
look,
But
some
I need
people
a
are into
strength.
that kind of thing. Okay.
Part of the reason why Rena just stared for a second.
Like, no shame, no judgments here. I mean,
Um,
yes, judgments, but not for that. Like what you like.
So what do I need to roll for that? I can't look at my freaking character.
to
Strength.
tear Kai off the spikes or to spare the skikes in Kai.
Yikes.
To just pull
Yikes.
him off of him.
You bet. That would be a strength roll, strength plus body. Also, now I need to figure out what the hell a skike is.
Okay, while you do
Oh
that,
my-
let me go see if I can figure out. How
I'm like 90% sure that's probably a racial slur
Yeah,
somewhere in the
yeah. Let's
universe.
not do that. It does sound
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
my
To
brain
several
didn't
slurs
go
I can
racial.
think of.
My brain went to a different marginalized group and said, "Not gonna make that joke."
Okay.
Nope. mm-mm."
Yep,
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 well,
yep.
yeah, they're-
that too.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, my
Okay.
brain was like, "Oh, that sounds like 6 bad words." Like,
Yeah,
at
so
least.
I suppose you could like if you mixed one with like an animal, but still. Anyway,
I don't think it's getting better.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
I
mm-mm.
didn't get any of the bad things from
Oh,
it.
you're so sweet. Keep
I
that.
get so
Hold
close
on to
to.
that.
Sorry, I have my mouse part, and I get so close to clicking on it, and then it moves.
Oh
Trying-
no.
Now I know what you mean, but I heard I have my mouse part, and I'm picturing just like a little tiny whip cage.
Hold on, let me get a new.
little tail.
I gotta get a new
My little
battery.
tail.
I think you're just referring to Rebecca's spare rib cage for herself.
No, I meant
It's just-
the rib cage you just tore out of a small
yeah,
mouse. To
yeah,
put in a...
no. And Becky is small.
I'm
Becky is very
4'10".
small. That's true.
Oh,
Oh
it's
my
just-
god!
It's
Look
just
at you.
her spare rib cage.
Like, you
I love you. dear.
Okay, okay. How do you just replace a rib cage?
It's easy. You take the old one out.
You just
once it loses its luster.
you pop yourself open. You pull out the rib cage. Your heart, your
And you
lungs,
do
and all
the
the other stuff just
hokey
falls
pokey.
out.
That's
Yeah,
what
it-
it's all about.
you make it sound like that's difficult. That's only like
Right,
4
yeah,
Yes.
you're keeping up.
No,
Yeah, you
uh-huh.
take,
I feel
you just-
I feel like this is a situation where it might not actually be that difficult, but our brains will make it difficult in the same way it's
Yeah.
not actually difficult to bite your own finger off.
Yeah.
But our
okay,
brain
but our-
says it is.
It's about
Right.
It's about the consistency of biting through a carrot, but our brain says no, so we don't.
right,
But
you
I
have
need you to-
Go ahead.
But what you've just described is performing a saw trap on yourself with your bare
Yeah.
hands.
Yes.
Right, you have to
Yes.
find your inner spatchcock and just do
I don't know that I will ever be able to find it again, but if I do, I have a wild
So
online story for you.
so apparently
Cool.
Rena was
I'm sorry, you found
Distracted.
your inner
Distracted?
spatchcock
Oh,
in
no.
the past.
she was distracted by seeing somebody pinned.
Mm.
And I
Oh,
rolled two
boy.
3s and 2 5s.
2 5s is 2 successes. Yeah.
Yes.
Like-
So 2 successes.
That's
at
enough.
A, at a
I'm
certain
small.
raised temperature, I suppose.
I'm
Like-
small.
Mhm.
like, also, find your inner spatchcock is not a phrase I thought I would say today, so thanks for that. Like,
Don't worry, we will always have phrases you never thought you
That's a
Yes,
winner.
exactly.
Like,
That is
I-
all of TTRPG like gameplay is like the shit
I
you
love
never
the
thought you'd
places you
say.
people take my brain. You're the best.
Uh-huh.
So you just with
Yank him off.
with a certain degree of like and a certain degree of disappointment because you know when you're done he won't be pinned anymore. Aw, you pull those
Yeah.
out. Mike, would you roll a d4 how many rounds it is before you're dead? Now that you're gushing blood all over the fucking place.
As part of Tanamichi's action, I still have some flower stem elixir.
I have my
good.
own. Just pour mine in my mouth. That's
Okay,
fine.
I'll go do that
or,
then.
or use yours and I'll give
I
you
won't wait.
mine. I
No,
don't
you
care.
pointed it out already. You
Oh,
pointed it out
wait.
already, so
That
I'm
was-
not gonna use mine.
That was only one of my actions.
You have
Oh,
to.
good.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I'm thrilled.
Raina will go do the pouring of the potions.
Okay.
Oh, good. How much healing does
There,
that get him?
there.
Don't be a whip.
Well, okay, so
See,
yeah,
that's
it's
the
got,
part Rena didn't say out loud, but did forget
Uh-huh.
to mute the telecom. And so
What
there,
station
there,
inside?
you wimp.
like, What?
so it's a good thing that you're doing that because I rolled a 1.
oh no.
So yeah,
Oh.
that gets me 5 points back.
All
It brings me
right.
up to 12
Hey,
out of 14 because
and you're not bleeding to death.
yeah,
Awesome.
because I beefed up my vitality twice with level ups. So
Nice.
yeah,
Awesome.
yeah. So I'm probably healthier than most of you guys right now.
That
Uh,
leaves us with
13.
That can
Tanamichi.
be that can be fixed.
Right, maybe watch
Mhm.
your mouth. Like,
Yeah.
As the
You
one who
guys are
just
like-
got pinned to the wall.
Okay, y'all are just like there's like this spontaneous burst of hostility towards me all of a sudden. I just
all of a
All of a
sudden,
sudden,
like,
I only
It's-
did the one murder.
there's the
You
person
keep-
who's been hostile towards everybody.
you keep saying murder like you had a problem with it. We all know what it was. It was vigilante justice, right?
We're
Like,
professional assassins. We
Kai's
murder
mind.
people as a job. They pay us to do
We
it.
murder yokais. as
Right.
a job.
Technically, this is our
Mhm.
first official mission, and we have not yet to
Mhm.
everybody else's
that
knowledge.
guy should know that he wasn't just murdered. He was slain by a professional. He lost to the
Assassin.
best.
Yeah. I'm a ninja
Guide-
assassin.
To
So
From another-
ferret the ferret.
the trick
Yeah.
the trick of the professional assassin is that they don't know that you did it. So
Mhm.
Well, they don't.
Also, what a way to die. like Tanamichi, what do you want to do? It's your turn.
Well, now that Kai is taken care of,
Uh-huh.
for the moment,
in both ways.
this
Whoa.
You know, because he was almost killed and now he's alive.
Yeah, right.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, those both, Jay.
Just a flesh
Yeah.
wound.
It's been a flesh wound.
Not the
this
other
thing is
pin.
about to blow, right?
12 seconds. It's going to do whatever it's
12
going to do.
seconds. Okay, cool. In that case, Hi, is there like is there any like seals or anything in this like hallway maybe that like block off sections of things just in case?
I mean, there could be.
Okay. Because I have a
Quick
Mikio called
edits. The shit I made up.
It's.
yeah shit I should have made up.
So the hallway is relatively clean in that it is organized, not in that it is empty. There are some
Okay.
storage bins, that sort of thing.
What,
Like-
I,
Like when
I
you
bel-
move in and some of your stuff stays in a box and you just never fucking
Mhm.
unpack it.
What I
Yeah,
believe Tanamichi is trying to refer to is the idea, much the same way that a flooding ship has compartments that can be sealed off,
Yeah.
like bulkhead doors that you can shut in
That-
the event
yeah, that's-
of a containment failure.
Oh, I see.
That,
You have apartment doors that do that, but there's nothing else. It's a building,
in the
not a
hallway. Okay.
bulwark. Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
This is the
it's a
council
space station.
people's-
and shit happens in space, so who knows?
And also, this is the council people's like living quarters. Like, if one person is maybe possibly assassinated with a bomb, they don't want the other people to be assassinated with a bomb, so they seal it off to like
Maybe they do,
minimize the
though.
explosion.
The
Uh,
individual chambers seal up. You could all hide from the creature inside of Fazil's like apartment, but not. There's
Ooh.
nothing
So-
special in the
That's
hallway.
fine.
Okay.
So
That's
if
good enough.
Tanamichi is planning to like detonate something that would cause the creature, or is afraid that if the creature explodes, it will cause a containment rupture in the station, and like we could all get sucked out into space. Then
Yeah.
I think that's
Right,
what
right.
they're
Mhm.
concerned
I
about.
see.
Yeah,
Yeah. So basically trying to not have that happen.
yeah, that'd be great.
Possibly.
You know
Well,
what we need to do to them? We need a sun punt.
mhm.
Comes
And that-
around.
Case, is there any
There is a sun outside. We can just.
Put on your shit kicking boots and just.
I'm sorry, you
These
assume
boots
Hoshi
are
ever
made
takes
for
them off.
walking.
Oh, not you. I say that to you a lot.
People will turn.
Yeah, it's rude. No, I'm
Well,
kidding.
then that
Uh.
isn't gonna work.
Well, don't say things that make my first thought not you, and I won't say not you, and then you won't think I'm rude.
I'm not in control of your thoughts. You're gonna think whatever you want, no matter what I do.
Oh, we all know that's not true. I'm responsible for what I say. You're responsible for what I think.
No, no, I do not accept responsibility over anyone
Danger,
else's
Will
thoughts
Robinson.
but my own. And even then, I would like to farm them off to someone else too. No.
Okay.
Did I say you? I meant my exterior environment, like not you specifically.
See right there. That wasn't my fault. That was a you thing. Anyway, yes, Tanamichi.
So,
Tanamichi's got a scheme, a plan, even.
It's a 10-step plan
Could
that we're only
I
gonna get to step 7. I'm kidding.
possibly, yes. Maybe we'll see.
Huh.
Sorry,
I like the sound of
that was
that.
in reference
This
to
is-
a game this week where Becky started listing off a 10-step plan and only got to
no.
step 7, and every other step in it was drink more rum.
Mhm.
So, which is why it only got to 7.
Yep,
Sounds
yep.
like a Friday night.
I'm hoping it
I
was a
have
Monday.
a
It was yesterday.
Mikio called Wind Barrage, where I surround my body with like air. Could I
Ooh.
possibly like
Become a wind god.
the
Yes.
only reason that this is in my head is because I saw some reaction making fun of it, but like Bella Swan, her like power to like shield things and push
Yes.
this field away from her, do that around this creature to like contain the blast within my like wind powers.
Does your wind power take a specific form? Is it a donut? Is it a dome? Is it a sphere?
It just says surround your body.
Your body or
Uh,
its body?
Your body. But could I use my Inyo to make it work?
You want to bend the.
I
guess-
Tanamichi's got like things that do too fucking
I guess-
poison damage.
I guess the
have
question
zero
is
help
then,
in anything
I
other
need
than
help.
do
I need
something with
understanding of make it work. Do you mean that you take the wind wreath off of you and put it on that, or
wind. Yes.
just encapsulate the two of you?
No, put the wind on top of it. In the same similar like situation that Kai did the magnetized thing, and it's just surrounding the
Mhm.
creature, except it's like a it says attacks you make to 30 feet. So like about 30 feet. So surrounding this thing.
You want to surround this thing with your wind.
To try and maybe minimize the blast a little bit.
Sure. What's yours? Wind barrage?
Yeah, to
Surround
not
your area with
damage the
wind for 10
structure enough
minutes,
to pull us
increasing
all out
the-
of space.
Increase the range of any melee attack you make to 30 feet by creating a blast of air. That's a wind. That's not a wind bubble. That's not a wind shield. That's a wind fist.
Mhm. Okay.
So I'd be willing to argue that you could extend it to cover it and you, but not make it so that it's not attached to you at all. That's a larger break. And that
Okay.
it's traditionally an extension of your own attacks. You're talking about
Okay.
changing its nature twice. If you turn it into a
Okay.
shield and make somebody else the target of it.
Okay.
For I don't know that we need to add a grenade to a possible grenade situation. We don't need to
Um,
what you're
Okay.
missing, folks, is for
I would be
in
willing to
Discord
argue.
specifically being like, grenade, I could throw a grenade. Like we could last chance.
I would be willing to argue that you could, because that's an extension of the wind.
Mhm.
Because what the wind does is extend your melee attacks. You could sort of line. You ever see Real Steel? Those things, two
Yes.
things connect. I promise.
The
Remember-
Hugh Jackman Rock'em Sock'em Robots movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, the movie that sold itself as Robots Who Box and is actually like
Mhm.
a family movie that happens to contain robots. Who Box.
Robots that box.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
Love
right.
Love that movie.
I loved it. Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Remember towards the end where it gets all damaged and he has to like teach it to do its thing by doing the thing and it just
Mhm.
mimics him instead.
Mhm.
I imagine that you could get up next to this thing and like as it goes to do whatever it's going to do, you could use the wind to move the blast.
Okay.
But you'd have to get real close. Well,
Mm-hmm.
because it extends outwards to 30 feet, so you'd still have to be
Yeah.
within 10,
well,
and then you could
but
extend
there's-
the blast.
there is
Bend
still
it.
the portal.
The portal that goes right back to where Kai was. That portal.
Yeah.
Could
It's
as
it's
in-
not that big.
No. As in, could Hanamichi do this through the portal to
Oh.
it and not
Have to
be
get that
super
close.
to it?
Mm-hmm.
Assuming Kai
Ooh.
left the portal open. Yeah.
Why not? It's an
He
Mhm.
says.
Fuck. The portals close on the end of your turn.
Ah,
So no, you'd have to
Oh,
get up
fuck.
close to this
Okay.
thing.
never
and
mind. I was
risk-
hoping to keep some.
Yeah.
distance for you.
Yeah.
Since Mikios
tried.
don't fail, you just have to spend energy to do them.
Mhm.
I would argue that the Mikio will work, and you'll be able to redirect the blast in kind of whatever cardinal direction you want, into the ceiling,
Mhm.
into the floor, straight down the hallway, away from everybody else, whatever. But it's got to go somewhere.
Mhm.
And you basically commit to taking some of it by being that close on purpose. But
Yeah.
obviously, you don't commit to taking all of it, and that you'll be venting it. It would be like standing next to an incredibly hot oven while I swung the door open. I'm going to feel a lot of that, but I didn't get set on fire necessarily.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
I'll
did-
help you
didn't-
replace your robotic arm if you need it.
There's that too. You have a
I mean,
metal
it
arm.
is
You might
yeah. So like that was the arm that I was going to use in that case. So my actual flesh arm didn't like maybe take as much heat damage. Yeah.
Is that something you
so
want to do?
I think to try and like direct it down the hallway a little bit.
Is that something you want to do right now and try and like speed the timer up somehow, or you want to do it at the end of the next 2 rounds?
Is everybody in the room at this point?
No.
No,
No.
no,
We've not gotten everybody
no,
in the room.
no.
Okay. So then
Which is to say, what are you doing
this-
for this turn?
this
Like,
turn, Tanamichi's gonna make sure that everybody gets in the room and help Rena get Kai into the room.
Yeah.
Help.
You bet.
Yeah, help
Rena,
everybody
Kai,
get
and
in the
Molly all
room.
need to get into the room together.
Mhm.
4, that would mean that you're in the room for the
Yep.
purposes of your turn. What do you want to do with your turn before we get back to Tanamichi's incredibly brave and perhaps very foolish thing? Like,
I mean, he is the one that decided to portal to the agency with the scary portal thing and touch it. So
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
there's
it's
a
not the first time
really-
he's done shit like this.
right, there's like a hairline thickness between bravery and stupidity. Like,
I'll
4, what do you want to do?
I'll throw the largest of the 3 axes I have.
Oh, that's very sweet. I'm pretty sure that this is 4's first directly aggressive thing the whole damn campaign, isn't it?
No, there was the spider cube.
That was a ball gag. I argue that that's not a weapon.
That
And
was
therefore
that
not
was
a
a
direct assault. Gag.
incapacitate and disarm.
Right, that was a
not
cube gag. Right.
Yeah.
That's like shoving a Rubik's Cube in somebody's mouth. Is it rude? Yes. Is it a weapon? I don't know.
Is it causing
I
harm? Yes.
disagree.
Am I trying to kill you?
I would have seen the average person try and bite down on an entire Rubik's cube. I guarantee if you try to jam it in someone's mouth and succeeded, that's a weapon.
Okay, you're right. But Thor has cube gags that are sort of magical in nature and therefore not subject to the hard plastic teeth smashing edges of a Rubik's Cube. I figured this was sort of softer than that, like a latex number, you know. Like,
Jesus Christ.
what?
I can assure you, Jesus Christ had absolutely no involvement in anything that's taking place.
What did
so
you
far.
Apparently.
think? What did you think you were saying when you said cube gag? Like
I did not think anything more than the slight, like,
Are you hold on. Are you saying as of right now you finally got the joke, or when you first cast it you didn't mean for that and then it
that particular sexual innuendo to occur? So it's your
no, I
mean, we can-
I just didn't overthink it.
What we
overthink
could,
it. Nothing. Gags only come in a couple.
Oh,
well, no, what you could do is you could have what we could do is we could try and nullify the sexuality of this and
How?
turn it
Why
into adorable. Make it a squeaky toy, like a dog.
it is far too late for that. It has
Oh,
been
yeah.
like
One, too
5
late for
weeks.
that, and two, look.
this
Some
is
kinks-
weird. We could attempt to say salvage future gags in monster mouths by making them squeaky toys. But we
I love that
cannot
we're-
salvage the one that's already taken place.
Yeah, no.
Right.
mm-mm.
I love that we're trying to salvage this gag by turning it into a different kind of gag. I love that.
And a new category has entered the chat.
Yeah,
Hey, when Jesus left and he left the door open, something had to come through.
Yeah, right.
But no, I think Jay's right. This is the first like intentionally offensive action I've taken so far in the campaign.
I said,
I think so.
like weapon. You said lots of things that were offensive. Like
Offensive,
Oh.
not offensive.
That's true.
Offense, not offense.
That's true.
I don't know. I'd say that 4 so far has been the least offensive of us.
I didn't say that. Yeah, that's true. But still, least offensive is a weird metric to choose.
Second least. Molly's got him beat on that one.
Molly's real sweet. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Becky, I just love that you like. I don't know if you did that intentionally or not,
No.
but you made a fucking cube.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Why do you have that?
This is not the time for a cube.
It absolutely is.
I saw that and I was like, wait a second.
I was not doing that intentionally. It's my slime that I've been playing with, and
It's
it's
been
been
cubes since like the beginning of the
I-
session.
It's a slimy
God.
cube. I imagine they would get that way if it was stuck in the face long enough. They'd get
Oh
sort
my
of
god.
Oh no.
Oh, I am actually
Terrible.
crying now.
much like a chew toy, right? They get all slobbery. and
Here-
gross.
Here's,
Oh my
here's the
God.
thing. My brain didn't even register that because I was watching as she wound the slime around her hand and then
Yeah.
and then it became a cube and then my brain forgot it existed.
In a rare
Yeah,
moment
yeah.
where Becky and Rena become very almost one person, right?
Oh, if you think Rena's not
Oh.
coming from part of Becky's core, you ooh,
Look, I wasn't trying to out your friend, okay?
I will. It's fine. I love it.
Love you too, Heather.
Look, I have zero doubt that Rita and Becky have a lot in common. I was just trying to be nice, okay? So 4, you're gonna throw one of these axes. You're gonna whip it good,
Begrudgingly, yes.
begrudgingly whipped. You bet. I'm going to whip it. You bet. Roll the hit. How long is that magnetism thing still in play there, Kai? Maybe not going to bleed to death, Kai?
To the best of my knowledge, it doesn't really say. It doesn't give a time limit. It just says you can cause the object to become so magnetic that separating it from metal surfaces requires a difficulty 4 strength check.
Yeah, here we go. Magnetize. Cause an object you touch to become magnetic for 1 hour.
Becky,
Ah,
breathe. Please.
Alternatively, it says
Alternatively,
you can cause the so it means that instead of doing it for an hour, you can increase the potency of the magnetism so that it's incredibly hard to remove. But it does not say for how long that one lasts.
sure. Because the object becomes blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I would argue in that case that, I mean, they've got to be the same thing. No, perhaps not. I suppose
Because-
alternatively, you can cause the object to become segmented, separating it from metal surfaces, which would suggest that it's already on a metal surface. And I would argue then that the difficulty check remains until such time somebody succeeds. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't just fall off on its own. So
Right.
which one did you choose? Option 1 or option 2?
I chose option 2 because I was willing to sacrifice the duration of the hour
You bet.
for the intensity.
Then I think it will remain that magnetic until somebody, maybe it, maybe somebody else, until either it is destroyed or somebody manually rips one of those axes out of that thing and has to pass the check to do so.
So,
yes.
question logistically,
Uh-huh.
if I reached through the portal
It's gone.
to
It's
There is
gone.
no portal.
Portal ended at the end of
Kai's
right,
turn.
but like during my turn,
Like previously.
when
Oh.
I sliced
On
the
Shadow
thing,
Scar.
did I get sucked to it because I entered its range? If I like hand,
No, because you're not
Smacked it.
magnetic.
but all the buckles and stuff are.
Are they titanium? You want to
That's a
make them
great
titanium
question.
right now?
I guess not. Okay.
You want to right now say that our if we have Mikio that make things magnetized, maybe our overlords love us enough to not let our outfits be fully magnet.
I would not rip your outfits apart for any reason other than bloody combat. The only person here who got fucked up was Kai. like,
Again.
Mhm.
Again?
My brain
again.
Oh, wait,
I
no.
live again.
I
guess.
was
Yeah,
going to finish that
Tana-
sentence in a
Ta-
different way, so I'm glad you said bloody combat.
Yeah, because Tanamichi got
Look,
fucked
I
up
have
last
some
time.
class.
And
Yeah.
and
hmm
and yeah.
I got a chunk out of my
Yeah,
Did the
shoulder.
trick
You
shot.
might.
Never mind.
We don't. Not as a collective. This very much feels like the more of us there are, the lower the emotional.
Maturity?
The closer to a 12-year-old boy who's discovering.
Right, but the
Yeah.
safer
Mhm.
you feel exploring that 12-year-old version of yourself. So it's okay. like, it's an antagonistic safe space. like, Tor, you want to throw that axe, yeah?
Yeah.
How'd you do on that roll?
I was trying to remember how much I was rolling.
Oh, you don't actually
all
have
of
to.
us with
Molly
your glare
didn't.
there, just checking.
Molly didn't roll for it either because you have the field. So you just and it. Only you have to. Oh, that's right. Molly didn't have to roll because they got to do the downward strike in the
Yeah.
portal, which you don't have. So you're gonna have to roll to throw it.
Okay.
You're looking at a strength roll, body plus strength. The good
Oh.
news is a grav axe is pretty good for that kind of thing. So
Now remember, overhand.
Mhm. Oh no.
did he say
Overhand.
nope?
Yep, that's a 1 and a 5.
Oh.
So that's a big
Overhand.
old 0, Zippo, not a
That is-
goose egg. Park your ass up and get a place to put my bike. You bet.
It's a
Wrong-
solid.
wrong
This is why
direction.
I didn't want to throw the axe.
He does the classic, and then he goes like that to find that the axe is actually back there. He let go over him.
Uh-huh,
Ah,
uh-huh.
shit.
Yes, I haven't
Well, no,
done any damage yet.
no, that would be a botch. I think this is just literally nothing happens.
Eh. You have 2 actions on your turn. Would you like to try again?
Or would you like to stare at this axe and ponder
That
your
sweet,
deep emotionally
sweet
bound
axe.
bond 2
Uh,
minutes ago?
Did we just say he got trauma bonded to an axe?
I didn't say trauma bonded. I said emotionally attached.
Right, those are different. They're similar, but not identical.
I'm not emotionally attached to the axe. I need it for something.
Uh-oh. I don't like what that entailed.
Yeah, I don't know that
That-
that's.
It's fine.
That,
Oh,
mm.
I'm sure that it's not. But what do you want to do for your
It's
turn?
fine.
Liar.
Is it fine?
Yes,
It's not fine.
it's fine. Well, I'm
It's
I'm basically useless.
That's not true. You have 2
oh,
axes
that's
left.
not true.
4.
Right, you have a
That's
level
kinda
person
how I
roll.
axes.
I'm gonna roll it too.
Uh-huh.
I will throw one more since the other one's fine.
One more time.
Yeah, one more time. That is a 6 and a 2.
Hey, better.
2 successes.
I'm so proud of you.
Right? So you whip that axe like somebody's life depends on it. How much did I give you damage on the grav axe?
No.
No,
Oh,
No.
that's exciting. No,
Yeah.
no.
You cut it
and-
halfway in half last time, so maybe this cuts it all the way in half.
Yeah, right.
I'm gonna
So
need that axe back if it dies.
I look you throw it at me like, hey, I'm gonna need that back. So a spirit greatsword, which is one of the biggest weapons in the game, has heavy strike, parrying, two-handed, does 4 damage. The grav axe does 6 as long as the grav part's activated, which works all by itself in any place that has any gravity at all, because the grav axe needs to gather it all by itself from the surrounding area. So in, say, the cold void of space, your axe doesn't do that. So you whip it good. The axe spirals through the air, and it goes right through that thing with 6 points of damage. And Kai experiences what I imagine is some sort of emotional catharsis as it is pinned to the wall instead. That's the good news.
Like, I just like the image of as Kai is being
Wait,
dragged,
don't
no
word it
longer
like
bleeding,
that.
but still bloody,
Mm,
dragged back
mhm.
into the room, just going, ah.
Don't word what?
Okay, don't
Payback's the bitch!
don't word it like that.
Which part? Which part did you have a problem with?
That's the good news.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the bad news is it explodes violently.
Yes, but now we're all in the room, right?
Well, I mean,
Right?
4 needs to at least have line of sight to throw the axe.
Yeah, but Hoshi did it by peering around. War could
Oh,
have.
I see. That's fair.
I don't know
or
that he
would
did.
you-
He could have.
Would you make where is it? There it is. Would you make an athletics roll to snap that arm back inside that door and slam it shut before you lose something valuable?
Oh
Were you about to
no.
say so that you make Heather do something? Because that's what it sounded like you were accidentally saying.
That
Nope.
is a 4.
I know who you are.
I know.
Like,
We
It
know
is-
your name.
It is still 4.
okay.
You rolled a
For the
single
name,
So,
die.
so 1.
identity,
It's a
and-
1.
and
It's a
realism.
One
singular
success.
success.
Oh, okay. You rolled a single 4. I see.
Yeah.
Like, it's still 4. I know. You didn't tell me your name changed. I can keep up. I'm slow. I'm not that slow. Christ. Like,
I apologize in advance for any messages in the Discord that might be being typed out by Eclipse's tail.
Well,
Oh, don't. They're low.
1, 2, and 3
She
are
just
still
wants to be
alive, so
included.
my name's still 4.
He very
Nice.
much does.
Wait,
So
wait.
you-
If your
wait.
siblings die, you get promoted a number.
No, well,
promoted, demoted.
Wait,
Let's go with
what?
changed. Let's.
okay, I don't know if 2 is still alive.
So you're 3.5.
That's not how it works.
2 down, 3.5. Whatever.
I would argue if we look at, there's a different story where there are some characters that are named in chronological order by numbers. As they actively killed each other, their titles did not change.
Yeah, I'd still be 4.
So-
But I'm just saying, like, 1, 2,
Stardust?
and 3 are probably still alive.
Animorphs.
No, Stardust was what
Oh.
So you pull
There's
yourself inside.
I wasn't focusing on the title because there's been some stuff with the author, but
Aha.
Gotcha.
which makes
you-
me sad because I love the story. But
Yeah. Yeah, that one hurts. So you pull
Oof.
yourself inside, you slam the whole thing shut. And there is how do I put this? A station shaking quake that rattles everything in Fazl's walls onto the floor, shatters ancient pieces of art that are probably irreplaceable. Fazl is at least physically completely unmoved. As you watch the heat from the blast outside seal the door shut, which in turn causes metal shutters to go over the 2 windows that let you look outside. Fazl reaches his hand out and uses what looks kind of like the Force to hold one of those open, and he goes, "Unless you'd like to stay here with me for what is probably going to be weeks, you should leave. And I'll see you in 15 minutes."
hey, there are actually worse cliffhangers he has left us on.
Two now.
I
I
felt
know.
one of them.
No, nothing is worse. I lost the axe. It's gone. It's blown up.
Shame.
No, it's
I
melted
got
in the
those.
slag. That's different.
It's not you.
I have another one you can have. I took one.
Okay, I need 3.
Yep, you can take. Yeah.
Okay.
Rena would not mind, especially if it's for the sciences.
It's for something.
Like
Okay.
I
I
will
will
build
try.
you new axes, bro. Just You have returned.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, don't you know? Sorry, I meant you betcha. Or if you prefer, golly gee willikers.
Jeepers.
Jeepers, creepers. Where'd you get those peepers?
Same place I got these perfectly square marshmallows.
An awful lot of cubes going around.
Mhm.
Like, and that one is soft and squishy and is designed to go in the mouth.
What
I've got
did
the
I
whole
just
bag.
come on to?
What part of designed to go in the mouth leaves it doesn't clear that up for you?
Wait, what?
Ah! Again, what part of designed to go in the mouth? Requires further clarification.
I made tea.
They're flat now.
I made hot cocoa.
Cocoa?
Oh, unrelated to anything. Jay,
Yes.
I know you just got cookies, but I plan on making some either late
Yeah, you
this
said.
week. Do you want some cookies?
So I'm
Bertha.
going to assume that I assumed that the previous exchange included that question.
I did not remember seeing an answer. Am I forgetting?
You asked me if I had allergies, and I said no.
Oh yeah,
was
no, I
me
already
covering
asked
it.
that. Okay, yeah.
Right. I sort of assumed that the question was involved there, and that if cookies didn't show up, that's because you decided you didn't want to share and or didn't make them. I wasn't going to put you in the awkward position of making you ask. That's weird.
I had completely forgot that I had multiple conversations today.
That's okay. I forget you all the time. I mean,
That's okay. I'm frequently mistaken for being absent.
I can see
wow.
What
Yeah, you
the heck is
don't.
this?
Kai
You came in
is-
at a time than I did.
Yeah,
Dave.
I disagree. I think yours is better. Kai gives off such little magnitude of presence that, yeah, I've, eaten cheeses that gave off a sharper, sorry.
Wow.
Like,
I was just gonna
Well,
think
fuck
that
you
he
too,
worked
then.
remote. Bye, kitty.
I'm still so confused. Hi.
That's okay.
It won't get better.
No, it will not.
It really doesn't.
I quoted a priest from MASH before, so that was the thing.
I see. So what Kai should do in order to reassert his presence as somebody
Confidence.
of value is
Yes,
hold
fair
up the
Bank of
the
America?
cube gag. Like,
No, he hasn't now. There we go. Mhm.
It's even designed to go in the mouth. See, observe.
Thank you, Eclipse, for hiding me.
Oh, that's a winner. That is off the A list right there. That's
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the square marshmallow finds its true purpose.
Oh, we had a perfect insert for the.
yeah, we did.
Fuck, I needed to really not finish that sentence there as a comma.
If you
And
needed
yet-
to finish
No.
the
You
sentence,
take
it
it was
wide open.
paused.
Yeah, it was the intermission insert where we do
I
like
know.
businesses.
Mhm.
Stop it. Stop it.
That's better. That was a better sentence.
I know, but I keep getting distracted.
Nova is currently chasing a
Why the
bug
ball
and
gag?
squeak chirping as she's running, so it's like
That's not a ball.
compounding with her like body moving, so it's like it's
Aw.
really cute.
It was gonna be a commercial
lot
for
higher
Space
pitched, though.
Spencers.
Space what?
Space Spencers.
Oh, okay.
Come here, dingus.
Yeah. With the
No.
cube
Like-
gags?
Yeah,
Like Spencer's.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That was,
Spencer's
that
kids.
was gonna be the entire
Mhm,
joke.
mhm.
Okay,
It took me.
malls
Yeah,
aren't
figured
even-
that.
Malls are barely alive now. You think they're going to survive long enough for us to go to space?
Online delivery.
Ew.
I
From
don't want
Spencer's?
Spencer's to do
We got him doing a face. Hell yeah.
There's
I
a
mean-
line, you sick.
I'm pretty sure that's what those Adam and Eve commercials they have are for.
Yeah, that's basically that. Yeah. mhm.
You want us to send you a ball gag in the mail? Go to just shop on that channel that you saw on YouTube at 2 a.m.
Uh-huh. Or the ads on Adult Swim at 3 a.m. that you're
Yeah.
definitely not supposed to be
And
watching as a
she's
teenager.
gone.
But
2
you
weeks
need to
in a
make
row,
sure that this is not the
got
kind of
her.
company where they take refurbished goods because I refuse to
gee.
buy pre-used. I can't even like
Yeah, finish that joke.
Yeah.
a previously enjoyed ball gag.
Spit it out.
A well-seasoned.
No. Anyway,
Mhm.
so
So
no.
big explosion in the space station. Not
Yeah,
good.
big,
Yeah,
big
yeah,
explosion
whole
in
floor
space
of the-
station.
Did
And
4 survive?
Yeah, I'm in the room. I made it.
Okay.
Now, what's
made it.
also so
But-
we know that 3 of the counselors are yokai.
Hmm.
One is probably on Earth being held hostage. One is just in his place
Mhm.
with us. It's
We
a shame we
don't-
never.
But we
ne-
don't know that he's the yokai.
We
That's
yeah.
because there's one other.
There's
We-
one other that might
Evalian.
be the yokai.
And
Mhm.
unfortunately, that person's apartment is now probably also with a fused door.
So what was it that Fazil did or opened or whatever that was like if you don't want to be stuck in here for a few weeks? Is it a
One of the
portal? Is it
emergency
a-
shutters.
One of the shutters is coming down over
Oh,
the windows,
okay.
and Fazil goes and holds that open and says, "Hey, look,
So you want us to
I-
go out the window?
I mean, either that or we can spend what is probably going to be a couple of weeks practicing inner meditation." Yes.
I don't think we have that much time.
I have
Mhm.
spacesuit on. Vac suit, whatever. What's the
It's not a
It's a
space
3-story
window.
building. Yeah, you're risking fall damage, not being sucked out of the cold
Okay.
void of space.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
concern is
Throw
that
it out.
Fazil can't go out the window and like hold the window
Hold-
open at the same
yeah.
time.
Oh.
They'll probably be fine, but they'll be sealed in the building.
Mm.
And you're until a
Um,
rescue crew comes to theirs. Probably,
I have
actually,
a thruster pack. I'm fine.
Kai's from here. You've probably seen this kind of thing happen before. When the building goes into lockdown, the council just doesn't come out for X number of days until like a big team comes in. That's like an exterminator, right? You come in, you check off a bunch of stuff. They don't let you back in until they say you get to go back in.
So
like that.
those that have atmosphere suits have a thruster pack on it.
Nice. Because
Oh.
in theory, in a place where there's limited to no atmosphere, you might have difficulty establishing thrust.
Yep.
Mhm.
So Hoshi
Um,
is gonna.
One person has a space.
I don't know if anyone else has an atmosphere suit.
Well, so what we could do
Mhm.
is
Rena could use her Mikio.
I was gonna
You
say
could
I
go-
also have a Mikio that works.
okay. So
Hoshi can probably take someone with her and do a slow fall of the two of us. Versus I just hover and the other person falls. Which size wise, I'm assuming Kai would probably be the lightest.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I parked my bike on the roof, so if you want to just take me up there,
Okay.
and
Yeah.
then just escort the
Move
rest of the people,
down.
and then you and I can each just shuttle people
It
down.
depends
We
on how
don't we
long
don't
that window's
have much
open.
time.
It's an
Um,
immediate thing.
Yeah, you
Oh.
have this
So-
round. Like leave now or be stuck
Like
in
we
here.
have to
If-
go now.
Hoshi can take one person. Rena can use
Mhm.
your Mikio.
I can use it for everybody.
You can use it for everybody. Okay.
I have Aura of Wind. I can literally be like, wind.
Oh, right.
Oh,
I was
bless
trying
you.
to do the
Okay.
and just jump out the window.
Let's do
Okay,
that then.
okay.
That's
What
great.
is that ability called?
And then yes, Kai
Aura-
Hoshi can then separately take you up to the ceiling and get your bike.
Aura of
My
Wind.
precious.
Yes.
I'm looking.
It's a
What's your
10-foot
precious?
radius,
So if we
area
throw it
of
in the
swirling air
fire, it's
around
gonna
myself
have
for
the
1
dark
hour.
speech on it.
and we already said that I was able to manipulate it in the past.
Aura of Wind.
I didn't hear what you said over.
I said, does that mean if we throw it into the fire, it's gonna have the black speech on it?
I mean, I haven't.
You haven't tried it?
I haven't really taken a blowtorch to it, so it's hard to say.
Only a
Maybe.
Well,
welding
it could
torch.
be the one bike to rule them all, and we don't know.
Only if I can get it into a race.
This is where we find out Kai's very good at building them, terrible at driving them.
Right.
Mhm.
No, we've already established he's good at driving them. It's
Rena.
the not having people steal him
Yes.
that is
Yeah.
Your wind
having an
ability.
issue.
Do you think that you could move the entire team and Fazil out the window?
Yes, because
When
it's a
you-
10-foot radius, so I can literally just be like, we're all going, and then
So
help
that's
us like
20
land
feet
down.
diameter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
We all have-
Worst case
And-
scenario, I can
And what
use
does
my
it do?
It is
Case
a
scenario. What?
aura of wind, create a 10-foot radius area of swirling air around myself for an hour, in addition to providing air for everyone in the area. Airborne effects such as a harmful fumes cannot enter this area. But in the very beginning, when I used this, we did say that I was able to manipulate the wind around me.
Right. So you're using it as like a gust to move faster.
A gust to move faster and to get us on the ground safely.
You
Okay.
bet.
And then I just
Probably-
basically will be controlling it however I want to for the next hour.
Probably
bet.
like a cushion of air versus
Mhm.
getting us to the ground super
Right.
quickly where we hit it harder.
Yeah,
Mhm,
no.
mhm.
So while you landing won't require a roll and using the Mickey won't require a roll, once you move Fazil, they'll lose their connection with the shutter. So you'll have to. You're talking about.
Ah.
You can take as long as you want to fall out of the window, but you need to get through it right this second, or
Yes.
that or
Mhm.
that
Yep.
cutter that
Yep.
that shutter is going to become a cutter. But everybody going through it, make an athletics roll.
Including myself.
Can
Including
I
yourself.
use my
Though everybody will get one extra die to do that because the shutter will have to go through the wind problem to get to you.
Okay,
Mhm.
cool.
I have Mikio called Wind's Leap. So when I take
Okay.
a movement action to leap before the end of my turn, I double my speed. So I have 0 in athletics and only 2 in body. So
If you spend your Mikio energy now, you'll each get 2 extra dice, not 1.
Wait, I
this is just for me though.
can't.
Oh,
I
Oh,
just
you can't extend. So you'll just get 1 extra dice. Everyone,
Yeah,
you'll
it's
have 2 dice.
specifically
Everyone.
me.
I see.
Can't you just
Okay.
what for?
Yeah,
can't
what?
I just block the shade with the particle wall so it doesn't go back down?
Yeah, I don't see why not. You mean your cube gags?
No, the particle wall.
Isn't
I
that
would
just-
appreciate that because I failed my roll.
Isn't that
Ye-
just isn't your particle wall just all of your cube gags in one spot? No.
Nope.
You put
That's a
your
legitimate
hand
question. I
down
thought-
and a cat appeared. Because when you lift
I-
it up, he's gone, and then you put your hand down and he reappears.
So I
Particle
can
wall,
just
I don't
throw
remember particle
6
wall.
cubes of condensed matter at 6 points,
Right.
and it can fill a small area. So stack them up. So
right.
it doesn't
That's
go
the
down.
particle wall. Right. A collection of cube gags. We're talking about the same
No,
thing.
no,
Okay.
no. Just cubes. The rest of the descriptor does not need to be there.
It doesn't need to be, but it is.
No.
like, need is a strong word.
So with that, do we still need to roll?
No.
Okay.
Good.
Okay.
You go through. Look at Forth coming through with it. No. I'm just gonna gag this here window, and out you go. You go through the window and you float gingerly and softly to the ground.
Hey, he said it. I thought it earlier, but I didn't say it, so I'm proud of me. I'm not proud of us in terms of our collective mental maturity, but I am proud of me of not saying it out
So
loud.
while this isn't happening in the narrative, of course, in my head, the window is busy making choking noises as you go through it. Like-
I'm picturing that when we're going out and we're deciding to take Fazel with her before. Okay, Rena does do her little emotions.
Oh, sweet.
I was trying to this time, but after she does her hand signs, she will, her ninjutsu, actually is what it's called, ninjutsu. She will grab Fazel by the arm and kind of like the scene from Mulan when she's like, get off the roof, get off the roof, get off the roof. That's kind of how she's like, just kind of ushering everybody with her wind out the window.
That's funny.
We'll gladly do a tuck and roll dive, expecting to use thrusters, and then is supported by wind and is slightly discombobulated for a second.
But
But what,
the axe.
buddy?
We should
It's
have all
gone.
those, don't
I'm
we?
sorry.
Oh,
No, you threw two of them into the...
Two of them are gone.
and you need how many?
3.
How many do you have?
2.
I have another one, remember?
Wait, no, the other one went back in the wall and I didn't grab it. So I have 1.
Oh, well.
I can reverse engineer you more axes. I don't care.
So Hoshi will, once we are all safely on the ground, then take Kai up to Kai's bike.
My precious. My precious.
You said that, and Nova trilled behind me.
She
And you get out
is
there,
your
you'll
precious.
find that
Got
Kai
it.
will lean forward and sort of shuffle around a little bit.
His hair starts, or their hair starts
Yes.
coming off. And
Yeah.
Right, yeah. There's a quick and hopefully temporary descent into madness.
So we're
you-
on the ground now.
Yeah, and then you go get the bike.
And I come back.
Yeah, you bet. Like a badass on a floating motorcycle grab thing. It's cool. Right, 80s action heroes are jealous. You got a cool pair of shades that you would not take off to watch something explode because cool guys don't look at explosions. You bet. Here you are with a motorcycle and a council member. I think the only one you've successfully recovered.
Helgatha was alive.
You didn't recover Helgatha. She just
Yes, we
didn't-
did. From the Tom. Molly did it.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
And
That's a
from
good
Creve
point.
when who's trying to get people to kill everyone.
Yeah, Molly was very heroic in that moment.
All right, fine. Credit where
Credit-
credit's due.
Damn right.
You're damn right.
And Hoshi was also very badass with my bike.
Always. So 2 down, 3 to go, I guess.
That's right.
Before we wrap this up, what's the plan for next week?
Well, what's Fazel's reaction to getting shunted out the window?
So Fazel is mostly stunned at what happened. They're not phased by you using window gags. They look like they've seen that kind of thing before, but they are a little
Sorry.
like.
I'm so
about-
sorry that this is the eternal legacy of a really cool Mikio that you
It is a really
Yeah.
cool Mikio.
It is very cool, and we have squandered it and diminished it in a
Squash!
very loving
No.
way.
I take issue with both of those. You mean enhanced, enriched, and levitated. We have
I
raised
I'm
it.
sorry
I
that
want
someone
you-
who claims
I want
to be
you to
your
bring
friend
that-
has.
Since you're on personal first name basis with the authors, maybe you can bring that to their attention and say, hey, this is how we've decided to characterize one of your magic powers that you wrote.
I want you to
No,
know that I have
no.
tried to be Forest
I'm
Friend, and
pretty
they
sure
have
they
rejected
watched
me at
this,
every
right?
turn.
Yeah, us being immature is our rendition of their source material. We don't need to give fodder for people who already lend towards
I-
that direction.
I now
we sure
want a
do.
spider plushie with a cube gag now.
All right.
I need one.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
our first merch. That's the
Uh-huh.
first merch that we create.
Look,
is a
I'm not
spider
usually a
plushie with
minis
cube
guy,
gas.
but I would have a mini. I want
I-
Hero Forge to make a spider
Okay.
that's just.
As someone who has many people in my life and my family who are nerdy people and play TTRPGs, I do not, if this takes off, ever want it to be, hey, dear friends and family who know who of me specifically, please buy the spider monster merch with a tube gag.
Cube toy.
Ah!
In its mouth.
Your
Hey,
siblings
you
would be
ma-
the one be like, "Oh, let me go ahead and make the
To be
pre-model."
fair,
Yeah,
that was
they
a
would
Spider
have
Bear
it.
thing.
There's a
Like,
Honestly, if some of my siblings were pushing it, it would make sense. Not me.
Okay.
This is the can that not be the first piece of merch in the show that I am in?
I want you to imagine it as a Funko Pop, though.
Nope, that's
Yeah.
not better.
Honestly, love it.
oh, that's way
That's
better.
not better.
Also, Hoshi,
That's
I
not-
understand your particular set of preferences, but
No,
But you
no.
went
In
to
this issue,
band
honestly, the
and-
biggest issue is its spider and sexual connotation as the first
Like,
merch for the show that I'm in. It can be a throwaway later, and then it takes off and everyone loves it. That's fine. Not the first thing we
Not
produce.
first.
Wait,
please.
what about the shirt that says "Get sun punted"?
nice.
I would
Okay,
that.
that-
That's
okay,
amazing.
that'll be
That's
the first
amazing.
one.
Yes.
And then it's the spider with the ball gag plushie.
So,
Cube
I
gag
will
plushie.
say, how
Cube gag,
awesome
sorry.
/ awful would that be to be recognized off the street? Hey, aren't you the one from the podcast with the spider with the ball gag or the cube gag? Like, if that's how I'm getting recognized, then
I want that
I
on
question
like
my
I
life
mean,
choices.
a really
I
good.
feel like I've
And
peaked
if-
at that point.
If that
Right?
happened to me, my response would probably be like,
Unfortunately.
See, I want like a
Yeah.
hoodie that's made out of really nice materials and is super warm. Maybe a zipper, maybe not, up to you. But with really nice pockets, you know what I mean? Because a hoodie's not as
Mhm,
good if it doesn't
mhm.
have good pockets. But on the
Okay.
front, a spider that is just having a hard time breathing. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like,
Do a few little drops of saliva on each side.
yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
got
Yeah,
Okay, but it's important that if someone were to approach me in public, the only time I would find that acceptable is if I were at work and this were in front of my direct supervisor.
awesome.
find it acceptable?
That's the best time.
Uh-huh.
Like,
exactly.
Just because
But I
I want
work
to.
two very different lines of work. That's the other problem. That's the other problem. I do not ever hope that any of the kids I work with ever watch this show.
The show.
Do not
Mhm.
discover it in 30 years and realize who worked with you. Don't watch it now.
and
Go away.
the worst part of this
I
is you
do
can't.
not ever need to be recognized and then have it be that I am with a client or they are walking. Oh man. Oh boy.
Wait,
Oh.
the spider cube gang.
No.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
the other direction.
And you could never go into your job and be like, "Hey kids,
No.
I need you to not do X," because they're immediately going to go do
They're
X.
Oh
gonna
yes,
go.
exactly.
They are
You can
100%
never
gonna
tell
go.
children not to do
And
something.
it's not. And if you
Yeah.
think you found me, you didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Go away.
Right?
Yeah.
Look, I don't care what you think you saw. You're wrong. Like,
I am a twin. Didn't you know? And we've been
Right.
estranged since birth. It's just weird that we look exactly alike and wear the same clothing and
yeah,
drawers.
no, you got the wrong person. That's Feather. That's a completely different person.
Exactly.
Feather.
Sorry to have that go off into a total
Uh,
derailment. Basil, what's his reaction again? That's where you're going on.
Yeah.
Basil looks at the building and goes, as the lockdown, you watch it, all the floors, the whole thing. Once the shutters close over the windows, the entire thing like grows a metal shell on the outside. From outside, it looks like one featureless metal column rising up out of the ground. And Basil goes, "Oh dear."
And what was
wow.
his reaction to because you said that he had saw the particle wall before, but you were saying something about the wind.
The speed at which they moved, Basil threw up a little bit.
Oh, it's fine.
Okay.
You come around with the bike, and Basil looks at the building and the bike and goes, "All right, I suppose I've snapped out of it at this point. What is going on?"
That's
Pest
a loaded
control.
question.
Let me tell you a story.
No.
Can I?
Gather around,
no.
kitties.
Can I?
Can you what now?
Earth and subsequently this station have been invaded by aliens.
While Kai is giving this very interesting, very reassuring explanation, can I do another Mikio and do the same thing. The seeing if Fazil is influenced by magic or being possessed.
You bet. Fazil is being influenced by magic. Does it give you any more information than that?
Nope.
You bet.
I can see
Ooh.
through illusions.
Okay, you bet. Language and see the influence of magic, blah, blah, blah. I would argue see the influence is a degree of information.
Okay.
Fazil is significantly shorter than they would appear, which is to say they have an illusion over them that makes them about 3 feet taller than they actually are.
Question. Are
yes.
they 6 foot tall currently? 5 foot tall? 7 foot tall?
They are 5'11", give or take.
So 2'11", so still taller than Helgatha? Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Hmm?
And Fazil, when you go invaded by aliens, Fazil goes, I knew that. What else? And I'll see you next time.
Yep.